Hey guys, welcome back. I am Jason, and this is Brandon from Battlbox. We are at an event, Battlbox 100. Is that what we're calling it? Battlbox 100. Tell me real quick what that is.
We sent out our 100th box, so we've been in business or actively in business shipping product for 100 months. 5 golden tickets and 5 random subscribers boxes. Hello.
You're famous.
And those 5 contestants or winners of the golden ticket got to come down with us here to Texas. We went to Drive Tanks and drivetanks.com in Texas, and we shot tanks in hopes of one of them winning $100,000.
And it was a lot of fun. I actually got to fire, pull the trigger, pull the pin on the tank, and it was incredible. 3, 2, 1, freedom! That was pretty fun. But anyway, so listen, I'm not a gear guy. I think most people that watch my videos know that I'm not like this super gear junkie, that I'm not into the latest and greatest. I rarely know what things are called. I don't know how much stuff weighs. I can't tell you what kind of steel the thing's made out of. All I know is that it works or it doesn't work. I like it, I don't like it, and I can give my honest feedback on gear. So I've never been a Battlbox subscriber. I don't personally want to receive gear every month. Is it monthly?
It is monthly.
Okay, yeah. I personally don't want to receive gear every month because I really like to select individually the pieces that I feel like I need the most.
Correct.
But some people like receiving those different pieces of equipment, different tools. They like to get that stuff on a regular basis, and they just like to try out new things. And I mean, I get that. I mean, I guess it's exciting. It's like Christmas every month, right?
Absolutely.
So
it is.
Why is it as humans that we want the tools, we want the latest and greatest gadget and doohickey? Why do we feel like we need that?
Generations ago, like it's kind of in our DNA now, right? Like years and years and years ago, you had to know how to build a fire from natural resources, and that is a very valuable thing. But of course, you got the invention of lighters. You got, I can start a fire with a magnifying glass. I can, use this knife to help process this to build this fire. So there's 2 different ways, and I think, to think about gear. One is it's replacing a primitive way of doing something, which may make it easier, maybe make it more convenient. You're good. Maybe I should start doing that a little more, right? But at the same time, the way I look at it is, it's a way to inspire people to get outdoors. Like, could be demographics. You may live in downtown San Antonio. You may not have access to the knowledge and stuff that somebody like Jason has, and we not only provide gear, we provide resource to encourage people to get outdoors. And gear's a way to do that.
Yeah, I think. I think a lot of people start, with they start with the gear for the bug out bag. Right. They start with the latest and greatest, survival knife before they learn the skills. And I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. Yeah. If that inspires you to get out into the outdoors and practice and train and learn the first aid, learn all of the things of how to start the fires and build the shelters and stuff, and learn the various,
It's like a gateway drug to getting into outdoors.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I honestly feel like there's nothing wrong with that at all. And one cool thing that I've actually learned from speaking with a lot of people that are involved with Battlbox is a lot of people that are subscribers to Battlbox, they give away a lot of the gear. Right?
Yeah, especially the people that's been we've got people that's been with us since mission 1. Yeah. 100 months of stuff. Yeah. So we try our best not to do any duplicates, but there may obviously be duplicate purposes, duplicate uses. You might get something that you're like, I can replace this that I've had for 2 years. I like this better. Yeah. But it's a great way for gifting, but that's the whole thing. Like, I want to encourage people to get outdoors. Some people are knife nuts. A lot of people that subscribe to us, they're just knife collectors. Yeah. And all the other stuff is just a bonus to them. But I get emails constantly from guys like, dude, I've been a subscriber because we're not just survival, it's adventure. I mean, camping, adventure, prepping, homesteading. It's a full umbrella of self-sufficiency, if you will, from primitive stuff to heavy gear stuff. And along the way, you might be like, dude, I really dig the primitive side of things. And it puts you on a path. And if that path takes you away from Battlbox,
you've done your job.
I've done my job.
Yeah, that's
I got you in the outdoors.
Yeah.
The way I look at it, we have to pass this thing on to our friends or family, our kids, because at some point, what I think is gear heavy is going to be primitive.
Yeah,
right.
That's right. Soon enough, the Bic lighter will be obsolete.
Yeah.
We'll be starting fires
with
freaking laser beams.
We'll be looking at our tinder bundle and
that's right.
You know, so
yeah.
It's like then the guy that pulls out the lighter is, oh, look at that guy, he's a tryhard.
Yeah,
you know,
that's right. Yeah.
Just look at it. You know?
That's right. I use my lightsaber.
That's the ultimate goal. There's so much variety in Battlbox that surely there's something that's going to kindle that spirit that's inside you that you don't know you have yet.
Yeah.
You go, man, this is getting me and my kids closer. My kids are wanting to go out and go camping.
Yeah.
We can go out and I can teach them this and this and this, and I'm going to learn along the way if I don't already know it. We got people that are like veteran outdoorsmen that really know everything, but they like the surprise of getting new gear. The surprise of getting a brand that they never heard of before. And we do a lot of that. We help launch a lot of brands.
That's cool too.
Kind of first
start up
getting
businesses,
into the market.
making a thing. Yeah.
And then they become fans. Dude, the amount of people that's become Wazoo fans through Battlbox is amazing. Right?
Absolutely.
We were some of the first people to ever put out their spark necklace way back in the day.
I'm not wearing it right now, but I usually am.
Yeah, I'm flying. And I know, Dustin, you go through the airport all the time with your stuff.
I am flying today with this belt. Jam-packed full of stuff. No problems.
I just don't like having to potentially deal with the hassle. So I just put it in my pack.
Okay, so let's segue into that. So although I am not a subscriber to Battlbox because I like to selectively pick each specific little piece of gear, and I'm not a gear junkie, and also I'm very cheap. Frugal is the word. I'm very frugal. But I do really appreciate the idea of it inspiring people to get out into the outdoors, perhaps, and try out that new piece of gear and learn a new skill, perhaps. So I do appreciate that. But let's segue into something else. So, just a fun topic, like urban survival. We are downtown right now, San Antonio, home of the Alamo. And
Riverwalk.
Yeah, we're on the Riverwalk right now, which is really cool. Let's talk urban survival stuff.
Okay.
You're an EDC guy, obviously, right? Yeah. So how does your EDC change when you come to an urban environment, if it changes at all?
It doesn't change too terribly much. I'm kind of in more of the mindset of I got enough with me to get away from a potential situation. I don't want to be involved in it. I'm kind of I'm wearing not necessarily anything that's pointing me out to be like.
Yeah, you just look like a guy. Your beard is probably the biggest.
Yeah, my tattoos and beards. My tattoo and beard gives me away. Pretty crazy, but it don't change a whole lot. Always keep a blade on me, just in case I need that. But
which one are you carrying today?
This is the old school Kershaw Fleet, Ken Onion design. Probably I think this was designed and first released in '02. It's like the most popular assisted opening knife ever.
Nice. Got it.
And it's spring assisted.
Yeah.
But Ken Onion designed this years ago. It's American made, Kershaw. This was in the Battlbox last month.
Okay, cool.
So oftentimes when I go to a town or whatever, especially if I got a pack on, I'll have a water key.
Yeah.
A water key.
Silcock key,
A silcock key, some type of container. Oftentimes a collapsible type container. And usually keep fire starter equipment on me. And keep my eyes and ears open.
That's probably the biggest one. Yeah. So like my EDC or whatever gear I'm traveling with doesn't really change that much. If you have to travel in a plane, it might change a little bit. But I've done videos on that in the past. But for the most part, it stays exactly the same because the requirements are are the same. That doesn't change. You still need to stay warm-ish. Yeah. Or not, or stay cool, depending on
where you're
yeah.
at. There's no problem with staying warm.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 110 today here, but so it might be the opposite. But you need to find a drink of water. You need to eat something. You need to have some sort of shelter from the elements. All that stuff, security, first aid, all of those things. Still, you need to check all those boxes, regardless of the place that you're in, urban or wilderness.
Yeah. Big thing is situational awareness.
Yeah.
When I uber click that on when I live in a dirt road town, man. Like I don't have to keep my head on a swivel, but when I'm here, I'm watching where I'm walking. Yeah. Checking my back.
Yep.
And if something's going down that doesn't look like I need to be around or something, I make
just go the other way.
I make provisions to get around that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is just like Brandon was saying, just situational awareness, just paying attention to your environment, not just turning your brain off and having a good time. Unfortunately, we don't live in a world where you can just do that, especially if you're responsible for loved ones, your wife and kids and stuff like that. So
Absolutely.
If you're by yourself, honestly, no one's going to pick a fight with Brandon, probably. He's not exactly an easy target or even a desirable target in any
not
way.
Desirable at all.
Yeah, I have no interest in mugging him. He's got so it wouldn't end well for me, most likely. So, but if you are looking out for those loved ones, or if you are possibly a more vulnerable type individual, just having situational awareness is a big one, and just avoiding the problems in the first place. That's number one. If you see something that looks sketchy, just go the other way, right? Don't be worried about offending somebody or hurting someone's feelings. It's not worth it. Like if you see something that looks sketchy, looks dangerous, turn the other way and go away. Run away if you have to. That's step one.
There's no shame in retreat.
No.
Especially when you're out of your element.
Yeah.
This is not my element.
No. I think we're probably the same. I feel much more comfortable sleeping in a wilderness setting than I would feel comfortable sleeping here on the streets.
Yeah. I'll deal with the bears and the raccoons and snakes and stuff like that. I don't want to deal
People
with
equal problems,
Yeah, especially in this is the jungle to me.
Yeah.
Like the unknown to me.
Yeah, this is a much more dangerous jungle.
Yeah.
Because of the two-legged creatures that wander. Yeah.
And there's a multitude of different ones.
Yeah, and you find the strangest people in urban settings, as all of you know that are watching.
But
find
it's part of your skill set.
Yeah.
You got to put yourself in it. Like seriously, I have no desire to go to a city other than things like this, where I've got cool people and I'm meeting cool people, hanging out with guys like you.
Yeah.
But you got to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. This is kind of one of my uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
It just is. I didn't grow up in a rural urban environment. I've always been a rural guy.
Me either. Yeah.
It brings my senses up.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess this would be comparable to honestly, it'd be comparable to an urban dweller traveling to where I live, into the mountains of Appalachia, right? Mm-hmm. That would probably be a scary thing because you're not used to the bears, the bugs, the sounds, the smells, all that stuff. And sleeping outside there would probably be pretty scary. I guess it's comparable, somewhat. This is the jungle to us.
Yeah, concrete jungle. Man.
That's right.
Yeah. It's imagine the first time a person hears a bobcat in the middle of the night, right? They're like, "What the
heck was that?
I got to get out of here."
Yeah.
And
but
to us, it's like, that was cool. I want to hear it again.
Yeah, I want to get closer to that thing. I want to see it.
Yeah. Here I hear sirens and a bunch of commotion. I'm like,
what's going on? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's just different, right? Different strokes, different folks. But I like Brandon was saying, I think it is important to test yourself, challenge your skills in different locations, and for us, challenging ourselves and immersing ourselves in a more urban environment is something that's outside of our comfort zone a bit. I haven't felt. We're not in an unsafe area of town, this part of town for sure. So if you really want to challenge yourself, we'd ask that's another one. Ask the locals what the safest places of town, places you want to avoid. The locals will know, and they'll steer you in the right direction.
Do what they do.
Yeah, do what the locals do.
Right?
Yeah.
Do what locals do.
That's right.
And just keep your head on a swivel, man.
That's
same thing I would say to people that have never been outdoors,
Yeah.
Watch where you step.
Yeah. Yeah, just intuitively we know to look for snakes. I don't have to tell Brandon if we go in the woods. Yeah. I don't have to tell Brandon when we go to the woods. I don't have to say, "Hey Brandon, make sure you don't step on a snake." He's looking down at the ground. He's not putting his hands in dark holes where he can't see things. Well, maybe he would, but but that's a separate
Depends
thing.
on
But
if there's a catfish.
That's right. Just depends. So yeah, he just knows because that's what we've done our whole lives, and we've grown up doing that. And people that live in the city,
too, like, that's how we grew up, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing about Battlbox as well. There's people. It's a way for people that are interested in it to get involved and gauge if they're really into it. And man, a lot of people really are. A lot of, and like I said, dude, I love seeing people find a passion to be out of the house.
Yeah.
And I don't care if that's camping. I don't care if it's bushcraft. I don't care if it's learning to be a prepper. I don't care if it's any of that stuff. If I can help get that spark started and it burn good with it. And we're real flexible. We're not like a lot of other subscription companies where you're locked in. You can do it for a month. You can do it for 2 months. You can pause for a month. You can pause for 2 or 3 months. You can upgrade. You can downgrade. You can tailor it however you want. And our community's huge. We've got an amazing community. They all get together online. They trade things. They plan trips together. We've got a lot of perks for customers on the back end of the website where they can have access to all kind of training, gear that doesn't go in the box but can get discounts on. So like high-end knives, high-end gear, you can get that through us as a subscriber way cheaper than you can anywhere else.
Brandon, thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Check out Battlebox if that's something you think you might be interested in, guys. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.
Appreciate y'all.